magic hand dance, so baby Yoda magic hand dance. Do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, so baby Yoda magic hand dance. Do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, so baby Yoda magic hand dance. Do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, so baby Yoda magic hand dance. Feel the energy, feel the force between your hands. Feel the energy right there where you stand. Let's do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, cause you can dance. Let's do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, cause you can dance with me. Let's feel the force. Feel it, let's feel the force. Come on, come on. Yeah, let's do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, cause you can dance. Do the baby Yoda magic hand dance, cause you can dance. Come on, feel the force, cause you can dance. Come on, feel the force. Let's use it, let's use the force, cause you can dance. Let's use it, let's use the force between the palms of our hands. Feel that stretching. Let's use it, use the force. Now shift, shift, and let it go. Shift, 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 let it go. Feel it, feel it, feel it.
Yeah, woo! Let's do the magic hand dance, because you can dance. And as you guys know, that song is tribute to you guys for inspiring us to write that song. So remember, do the magic hand dance, right, Captain Rickster?
That's right.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello to Lola. Uh-oh. She said uh-oh. Hello, Lola.
Uh-oh till they finish this.
Welcome to the All for Sci-Fi Week. You got something else to say? Welcome to the All for Sci-Fi Weekly Webcast. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and this is
Captain Rickster.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome. Well, we have an exciting show today because we're going to be talking about Andor.
That's right.
Right?
That's
3
right.
episodes premiered. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We're also going to be talking about, of course, the Rings of Power, the new Lord of the Rings on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the latest episode of She-Hulk, which is Just Jen.
Just Jen, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And talking about Star Trek Lower Decks, which is called Reflections, I think, or something like that. I didn't get the name of the Rings of Power episode. Do you remember what it was?
I read that. I don't.
I know. But we thank you guys for joining us. And hello there. Let's say hello to everybody that's already in the chat. Hello, Dark One.
Hey, Dark One. How you doing?
He's there. And also, hey, Adam's there from Australia.
All right.
And he says, what's cracking? Oh, it's Grogu dancing.
Yeah, definitely true.
That's definitely true, Gru.
True crew.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an exciting week. You know, we had a lot going on this week in the world of sci-fi.
Oh yes.
So a lot of really interesting stuff, if I must say so. How was your week, Captain Rickster?
It was great. I got to watch Andor. Oh man, I enjoyed it so much.
Yes.
It was a great show. But otherwise, we had a great week. We got a power washer, so we were out there cleaning the back of the lot we were at, and we had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, we were cleaning up in the back of the window company that we own. In the back, they have this place that needed to be cleaned. The owner wasn't cleaning it, so we got a power washer and we started cleaning, because it'd be a nice area to put like some chairs, and we could have like a break area or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe have every once in a while have a little barbecue back there, and that would be cool. So
no, it was a great week. We did a couple of calls out there.
As always.
We went to a few job sites, which was good.
Right.
But otherwise, it was great.
Yeah.
We had a great week.
It was awesome. What's coming up down the pipe, news-wise, sci-fi-wise? What's coming out soon that we need to talk about? Black Adam's coming out. That's true.
Next month.
I just don't know if Black Adam's gonna be as good as we think it's gonna be, because I've been watching. I don't know if you guys have been watching the previews, and the special effects on Black Adam look great. But who is it that's playing Black Adam? What's the actor's name?
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, The Rock Johnson.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just don't know if I buy him as a superhero, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's definitely got the muscles.
Well, yeah, definitely got
right,
that part.
and but it depends on how good the storyline is. And I was reading reading online somewhere that this could be a big disaster.
Yeah, it could be for him. Yes.
So I mean, hey, you know what? I love sci-fi. That's what we're called, All for Sci-Fi. So, and he's wearing the shirt today. Thank you, Captain Rickster. Speaking of that, All for Sci-Fi. Pretty soon, we're going to be actually premiering a new logo.
Yep.
So, which will have new shirts, new hats, new everything that you guys could buy at allforsci-fi.com, or we'll also be giving them away as well on some of our giveaways. So the new logo will be premiering here in about next month.
Yeah.
If not sooner. We're excited about that and the new merchandise.
He's working on it.
But I don't know this Black Adam thing. I hope the best for it.
You can't make a judgment until we actually see it and see if we like it or not.
Yeah, just as long as it has a lot of action, that's for me because I like violence.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I'm just
I don't
joking.
go by opinion when it comes on the internet because
true.
Most people are so stupid they don't know what's the hole in the ground.
Well, don't say that, Captain Erster. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. But
they don't have their intelligence. They don't know anything about the hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So other than that, what else? We have Black Adam. Oh, next month we got the Jedi.
Yeah.
The shorts from the
Shorts
Jedis. That's coming out. Oh, also, I saw somewhere that the Bad Batch, when it's coming out too, season 3. No, season 2.
November.
No, it's not November. It's in. I believe it was the Bad Batch is coming out in January.
Oh, that's right, because Mandalorian got moved back.
I hadn't heard about they have never told us an exact date on the Mandalorian anyway. So
they moved it back now.
Yeah, so I don't. But yeah, I think I saw somewhere about the Bad Batch, which is a shame because we've been hoping and waiting for that. So we got the but other than Black Adam, what do we have coming in November?
We have Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever is coming out. That's right. Can't wait to see that. I hope that, of course, it's going to pay tribute to the King, the guy who played, the Wanda King, the guy that just passed away, Chadwick Boseman, Chadwick, because I
Chadwick, sure, I know his first name. Chadwick.
It's either Boseman or Bosman. I don't know how to say his last name, but hopefully it pays a great tribute to him, and hopefully it doesn't, and I'm not saying this. Please, guys, don't yell at me and call me sexist, but I hope it doesn't become a chick movie.
Not supposed to.
I hope that they don't. I hope that they don't. I love seeing women kick ass.
Oh yeah,
for sure. That's awesome. But don't make it all about the women. Please do something else with it other than that. So, okay. And then in December we have Avatar, The Way of Water.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of that, the original Avatar is coming back to theaters.
Yeah.
I believe it already opened on the 23rd. Yesterday it opened again. So make sure you go out and see Avatar, the original Avatar. If you haven't seen it. Well, no, go out and see it anyway. And because you need to see that movie in IMAX. That way you could see the differences. Because I saw something with James Cameron where he was talking about how they've made a lot of advancements in the technology. So he said there's to some people they may be subtle, but to them they're major. So go out and see the original Avatar. That way, when you see The Way of Water coming out, what do you want to review first, guys? What do you want to review first? You want to do? I was thinking about doing Rings of Power and getting that over.
Okay, we Rings of Power then.
Okay. Rings of Power, it's on
Prime,
Amazon
Prime.
That's right. So it's basically not written by Tolkien.
No.
It's kind of inspired by, and I believe that some of his family members are involved in it as well.
His son.
Even though it was creating a lot of people that were upset because, he would be turning in his grave. No, don't say that. He might like it, actually. How do you know? You
never know. Yeah.
You never know. He might like it. I'm actually. It's getting better, Captain Rickster.
It is getting a lot better. I can't wait to see what next week's Friday.
Yeah,
it's going to be about.
Yeah, it's getting better. Now it's time to get into the action.
Oh
right?
Yeah, that's next.
Yeah. So at All for Sci-Fi, as you know, we have a rating system is 0 to 5 stars. 3 stars is the best. No, 5 stars is the best. Yeah. 3 stars is the worst. You got me, Captain Rickster.
Oh my goodness. I thought I was bad.
We need to have something like every time I mess up, like maybe Lola could go, uh-oh. No, she did it wrong.
Put a Post-it note on top of your forehead.
Let me see.
I'm wrong.
Try to get her to go, uh-oh. Uh-oh, there she did it. I need to record that so I can hit it on the keyboard or something like that because it's, mess that up again. No, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Uh-oh.
Dude, you got something else to say, Lola? Yeah. I know I messed that up, Lola, okay? I'm not perfect, Lola. Give me a break, okay? You're a droid. You're perfect. I'm not. Jesus. Anyway.
I don't know about that part.
5 stars is the best. Thank you, Lola. 3 stars. We don't recommend it. Don't stream it.
Yeah.
This week's episode of The Rings of Power gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.5 stars. I'm upping it, guys, from last week. I thought this was a better episode. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna give it 4.6. Oh, I think it's a lot better. I think it's a lot better than last week's.
4 what? You didn't finish it. 4.6?
Yeah, 4.6.
Okay.
I said 4.6.
Oh, I didn't hear the O part.
You want me to yell at Nick's name?
Anyway, what do you think, Lola?
I thought it was better.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot better than
it was.
Last one.
It was, and we're getting to know more about the story, and then half the. Do you have to keep interrupting me, Lola? I'm gonna put you in a corner if you keep that up.
Anyway.
So, you're right. So, in this episode, they're trying to get prepared because that other elf that escaped.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go for spoilers, guys. As I already told the people that he has a message for him. They have to take the knee or whatever. And that guy's not Sauron. Who did you say that guy was?
He's Andor.
Andor. And and then a bunch of the people said, no, we should take the knee. And they think he's Sauron. They don't know he's Andor.
One guy thinks, the old man thinks he really is not. He's Andor.
Right.
He was tortured by Sauron.
Right. And then we had more with the Proudfoots and that other person that's helping her.
Yeah.
And then we had what else do we have? Oh, they're getting ready. The queen is getting ready to go with the woman elf from Namor. Is that what's called Namor?
Namor. Or Middle Earth, actually.
No, Middle Earth is where they're going.
Yeah.
They're on the Elf Island or whatever.
Yeah, Elf Island.
Right.
I always call it the Elf Island because it's easy to remember.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So they're
going to the Southland.
Yeah, they're going to Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And the queen told her father this, and he got upset and said, "Don't go there. It's darkness or whatever."
See is darkness.
Yeah.
All
so
I see is darkness. Sir.
Right. So he warned her against it, but
she's gone. She's going anyway.
Right. And then what else happened? Okay. Well, then you see where they were surrendering to Andor.
Right.
And what else? And we're right at the end. You see the ships taking off to go to Middle Earth. So, I mean, it's great. The episodes are not short either.
No, they're an hour.
Every episode is an hour long.
Yes, it is.
It really shows the money they spent on this. The
$468 million
what?
On this thing.
How many episodes total? Do we know?
I think
Someone in the chat let us know.
I think it's 12.
Okay, well, I hope it's 12. That's great. That means we're only halfway through. Okay.
Well, next week we'll be halfway through.
Okay.
We just finished 5.
5, right. Okay.
6 is next week.
Well, I like it. It got better. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a little more action next week. But I don't think Tolkien will be turning over in his grave.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Because it's based off the book of The Hobbit, which is, the pre-sequel to The Lord of the Rings anyway.
Right.
There's no after, what do they call it, a pre-sequel? What's the one, you do the main part, you have pre-sequel.
You got the original, then you have the sequels, which are after. Is this before? If it's before, it's called a prequel, like the Star Wars prequels.
I don't know if there's a sequel to the original after that. Carry on to see what's going to happen after the rings have been destroyed.
Is that what this is about? Some rings or something?
Yeah. The rings from the dwarf, the humans, the elves, and Sauron himself.
Yeah, we just finished episode 5. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to check to see how many total. Because you told me how many.
I think it's 12. might be less. No, we talked about it last week.
It's the first season. Did we talk about it last week?
Yeah.
And I forgot already. A week later.
Because Mike came out and told us how much it was.
Yeah, Mike's always good. Where you at, Mike?
He's up there. Oh, 8 episodes.
8.
Usually gets 8 episodes.
Yes,
8.
it's 8. Thank you, Dark One. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I'm gonna write that down because I don't want to repeat myself every single week.
So
like
we got 3 more episodes to go. I hope they get a second season on this one. This is great.
Yeah, there's no. Oh, so far it's great, guys.
Oh yes.
What is there anything else you would like to see? What would you like to see in this?
I like to see more action. I mean,
I've said that
the action is gonna come.
The first episode had a lot of action. If I remember correctly.
I like to see what's gonna happen to Andor.
Oh, now you're talking about something else. Okay.
No, I mean Andor. I mean Adar.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
He just said, "I want to see what happens to Andor." But we're talking about that in a minute.
Yeah.
You mean
Adar?
Adar.
I want to see what happens.
See how names could trip you guys up when we get older.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Okay.
You're rubbing off on me again.
Actually, it's you that's rubbing off on me, buddy. All right. Well, anyway, go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The first 5 episodes are great. There's only 8 episodes, so we got 3 more. Hopefully, they ended with nothing but a bunch of battle stuff. The last 3 episodes.
I like to see Sauron come.
And I mean, I love the characters. I love the storyline. I like how that elf is helping. And then later, he just tells them that all the elves are going to go away if he doesn't help them.
Yeah. The dwarf. Yeah.
The dwarf.
It's
not an elf. It's a dwarf that's telling him that?
No, the elf's telling the dwarf that.
Right. So he finally confided, that his keeping a secret was messing with him. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I love that character, the way that guy talks. Like, he just mouths off, even to the king, he mouths off to him.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a big set of huevos that guy has. Huevos is Spanish for balls, guys.
Yeah.
But
if you notice, if you watch the ending when they go off into ships and they're going up to Middle Earth, you'll see the 3 differences in uniforms.
Oh yeah, they all had different uniforms.
You'll see leather, gold, silver.
Right.
Well, leather and gold is soft, it's not hard like people think it is.
Right.
So it's a soft metal, which would even a steel or a iron sword would go through them.
That's. Well, yeah, the woman elf had,
She was silver.
Yeah, for sure.
And she also had, you noticed, chainmail on too. Underneath that all.
Dark One is saying his favorite part of this episode, and let's talk about things we like about the episode too. And from now on, let's add this as a feature. He says he loves how Durin lied about the table just to have it.
yeah, I know, huh? That was good.
No, I just like how that guy talks. Period. So he's a no nonsense guy. Like he'll lay into you if you do anything stupid.
No kidding.
So
but the dwarves were that way though.
They were ornery and like
ornery. They were mean. They were deceitful.
Right. This guy's not deceitful at all.
But they want everything.
Well, this guy doesn't seem like that to me.
He's
this character.
A lot nicer.
He seems like an honest person. He seems like a guy, who you want to have your back.
Yeah,
and actually, I like the relationship that Durin and the elf is Elrond, right?
Yes,
I like their relationship because
yep.
they seem to have a really good bond, and that I like too as well. But good point, Dark One. I agree with you.
The thing about the elves, though, they live for centuries.
Right, and the dwarfs don't, and other people don't. They live forever.
The only one that dies the quickest is the humans, because they don't have.
Do the dwarfs live longer too?
They live a lot longer, just as long, not as long as the elves, but they do live long lives.
Oh, Dante's here. Say hi real quick to Dante. I want to get a drink real quick.
What's up? How you doing there, buddy? Hope everything's all right on your side.
He's in Pennsylvania.
I know. Oh.
Yeah.
I like the back there.
Yeah. No, it's great. Who doesn't? I've been to Pennsylvania. It's green and beautiful out there. It's cold though, probably in the winter.
Oh yeah, it definitely gets snowy.
We just finished talking about Dante, even though you just got here.
Yeah.
We still have a lot to review, guys, and go over, and a lot of fun today. But we're just, you've only missed the review of The Rings of Power. So we're just getting started Only one review. Dante says, Gudo is at the farm getting my scene ready for next Friday. He does a Halloween thing.
Oh, Halloween.
He likes to scare people.
In Pennsylvania. Wow.
Oh, Dark One says Duran's wife is an amazing character as well. Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. She is very honest.
Yes.
One honest woman I've ever seen.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, what makes a great show and makes you want to watch it again is, and this has to do with the writing. It's great writing, and it has to do with the acting too. You got to have strong actors, and the Rings of Power has it in spades. They have really strong, good actors. The writing's strong. The music's good. The special effects are on par. I really hope I hope they pick it up for a season 2. It really deserves it. They're doing a good job.
Remember, if you watch the first Lord of the Rings, you'll remember Elrond is the head chief or the head king of the elves.
He was in that one too?
Yes.
Even though that's later?
A lot later, because remember he was already.
Oh, that's right. They live a long time.
He was already 3,000 years old.
Right. Hey, Dollar Slice is here.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Dollar Slice?
Hey, Dollar Slice.
Thank you for letting us know it's a great show. Yeah, thank you. We need to get together, homie, and talk about. Are you going to Designer Con this year? You probably are, but we could talk about that off the chat to see see if there's something special we could do. I have some ideas too. Maybe you could help with them. But we'll talk about that. Let's do something special. Hopefully this year at Designer Con, if you're going this year, for all our peeps there, Dollar Slice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go from that into, you want to do She-Hulk or Lower Decks?
She-Hulk next.
She-Hulk! Yeah, smash, smash, Hulk, smash!
Oh, please, put a thing down. Come up your face. Are you trying to turn green?
Smash, smash! Hulk, smash!
That's the Hulk, not She-Hulk.
I know, that's right.
There's a difference between the She-Hulk and the Hulk.
It's just Jen. Hello. I'm just Jen. I'm not She-Hulk. Yeah. I don't know where this show's going.
I don't know either, because they're saying online that it's not going to go into any Avenger team up.
Well, they also said that they were going to, the last few episodes were going to be very different.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in a courtroom, but it was at a wedding.
Yeah.
So it was different. It was different. Let's go ahead and give our rating first before we start talking about the spoilers. Dante also was telling you, Captain Rickster, Pennsylvania is great. It has a lot of historic places. Oh yeah, we definitely know that. Washington had tents when his men back in 1775, 76, with the war that was going on. Actual tents were set up. Wow. Actual tents were set up on the land he lives on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had Washington. That's pretty awesome. Here's a bit of trivia. I discovered that I'm actually a grandson or whatever of the Revolution, whatever they call it, a son of the Revolution, or what do they call it? Because my, however far back, great grandfather fought the British in the American Revolution. So, also we fought in the Civil War as well.
Yeah, we did both.
Yeah,
my family did.
But both. My family was all from the northern part. Was actually, I think we were in Pennsylvania, Dante, for a while. We came in through Maryland, went through Pennsylvania, and then ended up in Nebraska eventually.
Yeah, I know we were both sides, north and south.
Okay.
My family.
Hey, Bob O's here. Hey, Bob, what's up? Good to see you. He's asking Dante where he's from in Pennsylvania. Okay. At least I didn't say She-Hawk like it's a hawk. Woo, woo, woo.
For once.
At least I didn't. I said Hulk. Okay. Okay, well, here's the official rating. Let's get into it. Enough of me playing around and doing my fun things I like to do to entertain Captain Rickster and you guys. The official All for Sci-Fi rating of this episode of She-Hulk, Just Jen, gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.4 4 or 5 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going to give it 4.5.
Oh!
It was better than last episode.
It is not the best episode of the season,
No,
but maybe
but,
it's the second best.
Second best, yeah.
It was pretty good. I liked it because there was a little bit of action, and we all know I don't promote violence, but I enjoyed seeing Titania get at Jen and then made Jen turn into She-Hulk, and I really liked seeing them two ladies duke it out. That was fun.
It was, yeah.
What was your favorite part of the episode? Everybody.
I like when Titania lost her teeth. They were out forward and stuff. She had
veneers. Yeah, she was crying. I have veneers.
She got what she deserved on that one.
Yeah, she did. Jen just nailed her.
Nailed her.
That was great. Right. That was one of my favorite parts of the episode, other than her smashing her around.
Of course.
That was good. Let's see what else.
I like how her girlfriend, she turned into She-Hulk and beat up Titanium. I like when her girlfriend comes out who's getting married. Goes, "Oh, She-Hulk's at my wedding."
Well, this was
she didn't want to turn into it actually.
This was a better episode. Oh, that too. That was funny.
Yeah.
This episode overall was one of the better episodes. I mean, the more we talk about it, the more I'm liking it. I'm trying to save my 5 stars. That's why I said 4.45. He said 4.5, just in case they have a 5-star. Yeah, nothing has reached a 5-star, but this was a pretty good week for you, She-Hulk. I mean, there were other great things that I liked about this episode. I liked the other, because there were other stories within this story that were going on. Like they went to where Jen was working, and her assistant was helping in the superheroes law firm thing.
Yeah.
And they had Eternal. What was that guy who kept dying?
His name is Eternal.
Was it? He was immortal, right?
He's immortal.
But his name is
Eternal.
Eternal, and he keeps killing himself so that he doesn't have to be married. He married all these. That was so. It was a smart episode. Oh, he did have a kid.
He had a kid.
Was one of them. So and then not only that, but then like you said, her friend didn't want her to be She-Hulk. That was kind of interesting, and how she would. She gets to drink. Who wouldn't love to drink themselves?
She was drinking herself to death. But then I like the guy who came and introduced himself.
Right, and then
there might be something there.
Then you have the twist of the show.
Yeah, that was the twist.
What? And this guy kept saying how he liked her, and all the episodes, all the men didn't like Jen.
Like She-Hulk.
And they're like She-Hulk, but this guy likes Jen. Why? Because there's something going on here. There's something going on here.
I think there's a setup somewhere along the line for her.
I think that he's trying to somehow get close to her so he could get that blood. Because remember, they showed this other weird scene on the end credits where they had a new knife, not knife, but new needle. That I could tell they're going to use to try to get some blood from She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah.
Remember, they couldn't block the skin.
And it's not going to happen because her skin, there's no metal can pierce her skin.
Right. So, and I like that. You could tell that guy's there for some other purpose. Yep. So on a lot of levels, this was a story within a story. It was good. I mean, it was one of the best episodes so far, other than the premiere episode.
Yep. That's true.
But let's see where it's going to go. There's not very many episodes left. I think there's probably only, 8 or 10 of these two or something like that?
I think it's less than that. No, I think it's 8.
Yeah, I think nowadays they keep cheating us and they keep doing 8 on everything, except for Andor, which we're going to talk about here in a minute after Lower Decks. Andor has 12 episodes. Thank you very much. Finally
got something up there, yeah.
Right.
I think it's 6, 8.
Someone's going to probably tell us before because they're looking it up too. I think there's 9.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. Daredevil will show up in this because he's going to start his new TV series. They're going to do the remake,
and that I'm excited about the Daredevil Born Again series, which at D23 they had some. It has a lot of episodes, like 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you know, he was in Spider-Man 3, so with Tom Hardy in that one there, and it showed Daredevil as a lawyer,
right? Well, I mean, they gave us that hint, Bob. You're right about the Daredevil. Yeah. A lot of people thought the Daredevil was going to be in this episode. They gave us a hint at the episode before, but then he wasn't in this episode. But he's got to come. There's 9 episodes. The last episode, I think, was it 6?
6, yeah.
So
we did 6. We got 3 more. So he'll be in one of the 3. I think it won't be probably until show up until the last one, which would be number 9 for the episodes. And I hope they give it a second season too after this.
Right. Well, we'll see where it goes. We'll see if it deserves a second season by the end of the season. My vote's not cast yet whether it deserves a second season. I'm on the fence about it because if it ended with this last episode, I wouldn't vote for a second season. Right. I want to see something. I want to see her get together, even if it's with Daredevil or something. I want to see them go on a mission. I want to see something other than this. We've done the lawyer thing. We know who she's just Jen. She was a lawyer. Let's get into it now. Let's get into something really happening. Okay, but this was a better episode, so let's move on. Lower Decks.
Yeah,
Star Trek Lower Decks.
Star Trek.
Wow, guys, what a great show. It's a great show. It's an adult show. I don't recommend any children watch Star Trek Lower Decks because it's really adult-oriented, even though it's a cartoon. Yep. This week's episode of Lower Decks was called, I think, Reflections. And it showed a different side of some of the characters in the show.
It did.
Which was interesting. As you know, our rating system is 5 stars, the best. 3 or less, forget it. This week's episode of Star Trek Lower Decks Reflections gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. What do you give it?
We're going to do the same, 4.5. I don't think it's any better than that. Not less than that, but it's not better than that. Don't promote violence like you always do.
1, 2, 3. Psh, 1, 2, 3. Psh, 1, 2, 3. Psh. You got 3 hits. You're not supposed to agree with me. You get that every time you agree with me. Don't keep agreeing with me. No, we're not a kid show. We're yes, we are. We are basically some geeks that are sharing our love for sci-fi with all of our other All for Sci-Fi family and friends that watch us, right? Yeah. Guys, we're all one family and we're all love to geek out about sci-fi. That's why you guys are watching us.
No, they're watching for the violence.
No, they watch it for the violence, Captain Rickster. Why did you give it that rating?
Well, I like last show the better, but I think this show, Reflection, is basically about the guy who has the thing on his face with the eye.
The guy that works in engineering.
He works in engineering, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name.
And then his own old self came out and was doing.
Well, later we find out he's his younger self from about 12 years ago. Yeah. We find out later.
And then we see why the accident happened and why he was the way he is because of the accident.
Yeah, we also get some more clues about why he has that thing.
Yeah.
And how they're trying to did something to him, some test or something.
Yeah. The reflection was about him and his other self.
Well, yeah. What happened was his older self they tried to erase his memory, and it was still inside him. Mm-hmm. And when she tried to clear the cache in his brain, it popped out that older version, which was never gone, yeah. Which was very cool. So. Trying to look at the cast members. Okay, so Tawny Newsome plays the main character, Jack Quaid, Knowles, Eugene. I think his name is Eugene that plays that character. Let me see.
I think so.
Yeah. Tawny Newsome's Beckett Mariner. Jack Quaid is Boimer.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see who that character is. Does he play Sam Rutherford? Is that his name?
I think so, yeah. I think his name is Sam.
Yeah, that's his name. I think it is.
Yeah. I think it is Sam.
And Dark One says, "I'm a geek and I say it proudly. Yeah, word."
That's right.
That's right. So let's see how many episodes this is going to be too, so we know. But what's your favorite? Since we're doing this week, what's your favorite part of this episode of Lower
This
Decks?
episode, let me think. Might take a minute here, people. So hold on for a second. I like it when he started hitting himself in the reflection. He started hitting himself, and his old self was feeling the pain. That was pretty good.
Oh, you mean when he kept hitting
He hit
himself
himself in the reflection and
to try to help them out, capture him?
help not to capture so much as to try to get his old body back. Since the other guy took the body over,
Right.
and then he was degrading women on the ship.
Oh yeah, his older self,
Older self.
obviously. I like the differences in the two characters.
Yep.
That was interesting. How he goes, "You think I bought that okie dokie thing?" You know, and he's like the contrast between his older self and the new self is very different.
Oh yes,
Two very different people. One was a very confident. That's why he was like trying to hit on that other ensign, and he used to like fly before all this happened and the accident happened. He used to do these like hot rods in space, like which was kind of cool. And he did these illegal races and won money and stuff like that. So he was like, that was cool.
That was cool.
How he became so different.
Yep.
And why did Starfleet do this? Why did they? Because something's going to come up. We're going to find out. His older self tried to get him to remember it, but it was just a very intelligent episode.
Yeah.
It was neat. It was, this guy who plays Sam Rutherford. To play
actor.
Two characters in the same episode and have such contrast. Kudos to you. You're a good actor.
Yeah.
His name is Eugene, I think, is his name as well. So great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a half-hour show. There's not a lot to talk about on
really,
that.
but it's still a great show.
But again, it's a show I can't wait every week to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So again, let's hope next week just stays on par. This week was a little better than the week before, and we'll see where it goes.
Oh yeah.
So, any other statements you want to say?
No, not really. I mean, that was actually. I enjoyed it. It's really good. It's a really good adult TV series. So, and I don't know how other people feel about it, think about it, but I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Next is Andor, right?
Yes.
Andor is really good. Boy, I can't wait to see what happens on next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday.
Let's talk about what we've been waiting to talk about for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
COVID kind of I think maybe it slowed the process of Andor coming out. The other thing we didn't mention earlier was we have in November Willow.
Oh yeah, Willow's
coming out, which we're excited about. The Willow series, it looks great. So
your good friend
Warwick Davis is in it. Yeah. So I'm proud of you, Warwick. You're doing a great job. You've really this acting career thing, boy, you really hit it out of the park. So great job on everything you're doing, and you deserve it. You're a great guy. So hope to work with you again one day soon. So we'll see. Okay, let's talk about Star Wars Andor.
Yep.
Woo! First 3 episodes premiered this week. They are called the first 3 episodes is one. The episode 1 is called Casa.
Yep.
Second episode is called That Would Be Me.
Mm-hmm.
The third episode is called Reckoning.
Yep.
Okay. And there's been complaints. Online about the pace of Andor. Mm-hmm. That is too slow or whatever. It is a little slow, but I'm not complaining because it's so rich in content. When I was watching it, I couldn't help but look at he was in all the industrial areas he was going through.
Yeah.
I think how hard it is to do all those special effects.
But I think he's on an industrial planet. What are you on?
Well, he was in the corporate zone on this one planet he was on. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's nothing but a junkyard, and they're cutting out the junk to sell the metal or melt the metal down.
Yeah, right. So it's like they're like a scrap place.
Yard, yeah.
But all the effects in it so far are really spectacular. I know people are complaining and think it's slow, but we're getting to see who Cassian Andor is.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting to see who he was, how as a kid he was on this this other planet. I'm trying to try the name of it, but he hid his identity because they got off it. They thought everybody died on that planet.
Right.
Because there's a big accident or whatever, and
big giant mining accident.
And you see this lady played by Fiona Shaw, who plays his mother. She actually saves him,
Mm-hmm.
and I like all the flashbacks. I think it's great because we get to see how he was as a boy.
Yeah.
What's going on with him now in his current life. I love all of that.
Well, what made him what he is today?
It's a strong story. It's not, it's not. And I saw something online on Facebook earlier today, and they said, "Thank God that they released Andor because it's finally an adult show, and that didn't have any stupid, ugly Vespa motorcycles in it."
Oh, yeah,
because remember on the Book of Boba Fett, they were like driving around in these like these ugly looking Vespa things, and it's like finally a show we could watch. It's intelligent, that has great acting. It's not. Hey, I'm not knocking the Book of Boba Fett or any of those other shows. They're good as well.
Mm-hmm.
They serve their purposes, and Book of Boba Fett wasn't as good as, of course, as Mandalorian.
Of course not.
And
Mandalorian had to save it.
Right, and I think that Ahsoka is going to be great.
Oh yes,
because Dave Filoni, and it's not that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau didn't do a good job with Book of Boba Fett. What they did was they tried to take a small side character and create all this other story around it, which should have been left alone.
Yeah.
Boba Fett was always supposed to be this mysterious character that we don't know much about and doesn't speak. We don't want to. They should have left it alone and maybe not done a Book of Boba Fett, and that's my opinion. Or not have him talk as much. Just like Tamora Morrison was. Remember, he was on the set saying he was trying to get them to cut his lines. Anyway, I'm talking about Book of Boba Fett when we're supposed to be talking about Andor.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Andor. Tony Gilroy, you're great. I love what you're doing so far. The pace is a little slow, but that's okay. Let's pick it up.
Usually always slow in the beginning.
Right. And it's okay because we're getting to know the characters. But we like these characters so far.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to see Mon Martha yet.
No.
In the Senate, and I know in a clip somewhere I thought, no, that was in the Jedi Tells is coming out. It's going to have Yaddle in it.
Oh yeah.
The other person that has the same species as Yoda. Oh, Dollar Slice. Oh, let's see. Some people made comments. Actually, Dante said yes, it's very slow. It's okay though so far. Willow is so Star Wars feel to it. I'm sure it's sort of the same universe of Star Wars somewhere. Okay, good point, Dante. Hey dudes, I got a dip. Oh, he's leaving. Okay, well take care, Dollar Slice. Let's get something rad going, of course, for Designer Con, and we'll let you guys know on the show too what we're planning, so you guys could get it if you want as well. Dark One is saying. The clips of the clone troopers in the streets.
That's right. Yes, there was.
What point are you trying? What point is he trying to make then?
So it's in
the clone troopers in the streets.
Troopers. That would be in the second. Or was it the third? No, the third episode. Because remember when those guys came back? Those, I want to say evil ones, but they're not. People from the non-resistant.
Oh, I think I know why he's saying it, because the clone troopers were before that. Is that why you're saying that?
Mm-hmm. Because those guys came.
Because the clone troopers are before.
Yeah.
Rogue One. I think that's why what you're trying to say. Yeah, slow episodes at first is okay because we're still trying to get into the character.
Yep.
Remember, Kenobi started that way.
That's right.
And then ended much better. So, yeah, it's about to hit the fan. And also, the big controversy on the internet was how one of the characters said shit.
Oh yeah.
One of the guards said shit.
Yep.
Instead of saying "dang Ferrick."
Yeah.
which is the Star Wars cuss word. Dang, Ferric.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when they make up cuss words. So it's okay that he said shit, but he should come up with another cuss word for it.
Yeah,
Make
they
it up.
should. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're not going to change it now. It's too late.
it's too late. But come up with another swear word. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it an official All for Sci-Fi rating for the first 3 episodes, and then we'll continue to talk about it. Although we're excited, so we already got into it, right?
Yep.
The official All for Sci-Fi rating of the first 3 episodes of Andor gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.5 stars. I almost gave it 4.6. What do you give it?
I'm going to go 4.6.
Ooh, I almost did, but I'm going to stick with mine.
I'm going to stick
Why
with
did you
mine.
give it more than me?
Because it's good. And it's
It is good.
So far, it's the best thing I've seen so far in Star Wars.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah.
Did you see Rogue One
I watched
with
Rogue
that
One.
same character?
Yes, I did.
You should watch it again. I encourage everybody to go watch Rogue One again this week if you haven't. What is your favorite thing about these 3 episodes so far?
Just learning about the character itself and how he became a kid. He was on that planet, and he mom took him to another planet to where they live now, and his mom is I'm not gonna say a hijacker.
Well, no, she's kind of like a scavenger. She's trying to go and scavenge things, and that's where he learns it too. Then that comes in handy later, right? You'll see. Oh, other people are giving ratings too. Dark One gives it 4.4, a little bit less than me and Captain Rickster.
Yeah.
Dante said that he already watched Rogue One on Monday.
Well,
that's good. So, have you seen any of the episodes, Dante? I'm sure you have, but
oh yeah, he probably has.
Yeah, that's your favorite thing. Let me see what my favorite thing is. That was a good one. It was an overall feel that you like, but I want to try to get more specific about something that I like. My favorite character so far, and you knew I was going to say this, but it's
not her.
It's the droid.
Not that droid.
Not this droid, but my favorite character is that droid that has so much personality. Mm-hmm. He's tattling on him.
Yeah.
He's like talking to all his friends, and what did you tell them? I don't remember the droid's name, but whoever the actor is that's playing that part.
Be something.
I thought it was I thought they called him Tom or something.
Well, I don't know. It's there's also as you're watching the first couple episodes, you see these different characters wearing masks and all that stuff, but you see a few droids in there too. And I wonder how they put those suits on those people and they walk around with all that stuff.
I think we're going to get, obviously, later episodes, we're going to get Alan. I see online it's showing Alan Tudyk, who played K2SO, which is that really tall-looking droid. Yeah. So we're going to get him eventually.
Yeah.
But just to go over the cast, BMO.
BMO, that's it, yeah.
B2EMO. Yeah. That's my favorite droid so far. I like how he has a different personality than all the other droids.
True, he does.
Yeah, he's different.
Actually can talk.
But he seems like he feels more like alive than the other droids. He feels more human.
He's not beeping like the rest of them.
Yeah. So it stars Diego Luna, of course, as Cassian Andor, Adria Arjona as Bix Callan. Stalin Skarsgård, of course, as Luthen Rel. Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Bartha she hasn't come in yet. Fiona Shaw as Marva Andar, which is the mother. Kyle Solar as Siren Karn. That's that guy that was looking for, who wouldn't say no and just let it go, and he goes after Cassian. That stupid guard.
Yeah.
And of course, who doesn't love Forrest Whitaker? He's coming up.
Yeah.
And he's plays Saul Guerrero. That's coming up. Can't wait. Yes, he is again on this show. We saw him in the clips.
Yeah, I know. We saw him in the clips.
And he talks about let's call it war or whatever. He's like, let's call it war. Let's call it war. Okay.
Enough of your antics.
But yeah, it looks great, guys. I'm
There's
excited.
a lot of great cast members in there.
We got a lot of great stuff coming
yeah.
from Cassian Andor. I just feel it. I feel it's got a lot of ways to go. Hopefully, it does pick up the pace. We know it will.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be the best. Like you said,
Yeah.
said it's for you. It's the best already.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling this may be the best in a while for sure.
It's gonna get better as it goes along.
And the thing I like about it is, like the Ewok movies, no pat on my back, but at least it's showing something that's different.
Yeah.
It's showing a different side of Star Wars instead of the same, lightsabers, and it shows us real people like us instead of these Jedis. And who doesn't love that part of Star Wars? Darth Vader, Jedis, the Sith, the darkness. Who doesn't love all that?
I don't think Darth Vader will be in this one quite yet.
But what I like about it is we're getting to see real people, not just all the other stuff that I mentioned. So,
but what I like to see is how he is gonna find out about what's her name? Played the main character, Rogue.
Okay.
What's her name? Rogue.
Who?
The one who played the Skywalker girl. Everybody thinks Luke Skywalker's daughter. Her. How they meet in Rogue One.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who played Luke Skywalker's daughter?
Yeah, they think it's his daughter. She's not. She didn't.
Are you talking about what
Rey?
Movie? Oh, Rey. You're talking about from
Rey.
the sequels?
Yeah.
Rey Skywalker?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Luke Skywalker's daughter. He was trained by Luke.
I said they think.
Oh, I didn't think that.
We know
Jesus.
you don't think, but anyway, they.
Yeah. Think. Well, the fact that you said that shows everybody you don't think.
Oh yeah, right. I'm just saying.
Nobody thinks that. I haven't heard that from anybody.
Oh,
I mean, it sounds like you watched that Mike Zero guy.
No, that was your best buddy.
No, that's your buddy, Mike Zero.
Yeah.
The guy who can't get anything right?
Yeah,
Okay.
We know him.
Oh, Dark One's son told me to tell you to hello. Well, hello, Emmett.
How you doing, Emmett?
Nice to meet you, Emmett.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to see you in person.
Hopefully you're doing great in school and you're
Yeah.
listening to your dad there. So, okay. What else? Okay. So, yeah. You said your favorite. My favorite was what are your guys' favorite? What's your favorite part so far of Andor? Everybody let us know in the chat what you like the best about it so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, as the episodes go along, we're getting to know all these characters, which is great. The episodes seem to be okay in length, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes or something like
40
that.
minutes,
A little
good.
short. Hopefully the next one's a little longer. I'd like to see them more like 50-something minutes an episode.
Well,
But they gave us 3 right away, so
Yeah.
I can't complain too much, guys,
no,
right?
you can't.
Right.
As long as they don't get shorter, I like them as they are right now. 40 minutes, 45 minutes is good.
Well, let me tell you this. It's 12 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So if all the episodes average 10 or 15 minutes less than like The Mandalorian, it's all the same amount of time by the time you end
Of course.
anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here bragging about how it's 12 episodes, but if all of them are 40 minutes, it's when the other ones are all 50 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
So think about that for a second. We'll see at the end when we start seeing how long the other episodes are. And I could be totally wrong. Most of them could be an hour coming up, right?
Could be. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Can't wait to see what else is coming up. Anything else we got to look forward to coming up?
I don't know. Well, let's see. Hold on. Ahsoka's Atana is supposed to be coming out soon.
No. Ahsoka's next year.
Next year?
The
January,
the
right?
next Star Wars thing is the Jedi cartoon.
Oh,
The 6 shorts. That's the next one of that, and then after that, I think it's a Bad Batch and a Mandalorian, like you said.
Yeah.
Um,
and then it'll be Ahsoka.
So basically, to cut it, not to keep going on too long about it, we get to as the episodes start out, we get to see Cassian as a boy. Then we see it goes back and forth through these flashbacks, which I said earlier that I like. We get to see how his mom finds him and saves him, and then Oh, the first episode starts off with him on the planet, and he's looking for his sister.
Yeah.
In one of these like gentleman facilities
Really,
inside the corporate zone, and I really liked all that. I loved how the corporate zone looked. I loved how the nightclub looked. I loved that lady's hair.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
trying to offer them stuff, and then what starts this where he has to go running is he gets shaken down by these two security guards
Yeah.
from the same people that are chasing him later in the episodes, and he just lets him. He accidentally kills one of them. And what was interesting was when that guy was pleading for his life. Remember when he was pleading for his life after the other guy got killed, and he said, "We'll just go in and say it's an accident. We'll just go in and say it's an accident." And come on, we'll do. You know, nobody needs to know you did this or whatever. What I looked at when I was watching it, and I said, if he's smart, he's going to have to be ruthless, and he should shoot him right now and kill him.
And he did.
And then he did, and I said, wow, he did exactly what. Because later that guys could turn him in.
Of course he could.
You think that guy's going to say it was an accident when he's there with all his buddies and he's in handcuffs?
I think he said that he actually killed him.
Who?
The guy kneeling down.
You think so?
Because he only knocked him out. The other guy.
Well, you could land wrong and hit your head and die, Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an accident.
It was an accident.
True.
Yes.
Like the guy was saying, we'll call it an accident. Probably was.
Well, it was an accident, but I think the other guy.
But murder's manslaughter. Then in our world, it's manslaughter if you do it by accident, but it's still murder.
Yeah.
So,
we actually murdered the other guy.
Yeah, Dark One's saying that it showed how dangerous Andor is. Yes, it does. Yes. And he said that we made Emmett's night. Thanks for doing that. Well,
no problem.
No problem. Okay, so after that, then he gets back, and later they put out a bulletin and about someone from a different
planet.
And the only reason why they got that was because he was looking for a sister and asked if someone was from that planet.
Right.
That's why. So, I mean, it's got some interesting twists so far, Andor.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to say the name because that British guy says it differently than he says it like with an E. It's O-R like Endor. So Andor. It should be Andor, the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
But that British guy was calling it Cassian Andor or something like that. And then later I heard him say it the right way, which is weird. He said it the same actor said it two different ways.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but I did. And the announcer and other people did call it his name right with an O-R, Andor. So interesting name, Andor, Endor. And a lot of people that are talking about it are accidentally on Facebook putting Endor instead of Andor.
Yeah.
I think because we have spell check.
Yeah.
And it's everybody knows the word Endor because of Star Wars has been out so long. They don't know the word Andor. So spell check's changing it when people type Andor in. Because I see on Facebook a lot of people say, I love it, and it says hashtag Endor. Like the Ewoks. Not Andor.
Yeah. So
spell check, get it right. Our guys notice it because I'm seeing it all over and people aren't changing it. So
true, very true.
And then he needs to get out of there, and he's trying to sell something to get out of there that he stole. And he has this, I don't know if that's a childhood friend. That's not his sister, because we saw his sister when they were doing a flashback. And is that the older lady? I think they're hinting that that's the older lady in the flashbacks that was a friend that he was fighting with. Anyway, so
her friend, yeah.
And it seemed like they might have had a relationship the way they're behaving, right?
Could have. It seems like
right. But she loves this other guy, and
who gets killed?
Who gets killed because of all this? Mm-hmm. So, and she gets tied up.
When she gets loose, she goes calling over to him, crying her eyeballs.
Yep, because she was in love with him. Sure. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, love kills.
Sometimes, right?
Sometimes it does. Yeah.
And then she sets up a meeting with this other guy played by the lead character, and he's trying to.
Well, he wants to buy the box.
No, he the box is an excuse. He wants to recruit him.
Oh yeah,
for the cause. This is the beginning. Remember, the rebellion begins. It's beginning with these guys. So that's God. I love Star Wars, guys. It's a great story.
So far.
They've turned, and I liked what they did with Rogue One too. It's become like a cult favorite. I mean, it just didn't do great at the box office. It did okay, and some people complain in certain circles, but everybody seems to love it.
They all complain.
Well, we all have opinions, right? We all have noses.
That's right.
So
we all breathe through them.
That's right. And we all could love or hate something. So, and that's okay. We all should embrace what other people like, and they should embrace what we like.
True.
So, I'm excited, guys. I can't wait until Wednesday. Are you guys? Some people were doing watch parties.
I can't wait.
Well, we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday now.
Yeah, 3 days in a row with great.
All
great
sci-fi stuff, and some people are doing watch parties. Are you gonna watch it at any of you guys out there gonna watch it at 12 o'clock? I think it comes on at 12 Pacific. Midnight. So if you're on, so where you're at, Dante, and people on the East Coast, are you gonna get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and watch it?
Yeah,
they were doing watch parties on Facebook. I saw a couple of my friends. I'm not. I'll wait until the morning.
Australia gets it before we do.
Yeah. I wonder if they do.
Yeah, they do.
Do they get it exactly at midnight their time? Interesting. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. At All for Sci-Fi, every week when we say goodbye, we always remind you guys to do one act of kindness, because we believe if you do an act of kindness, other people will pay it forward, and it'll make the world a better place. Also, it doesn't have to be like giving money. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of physical labor. It could be something as simple as picking up the phone and calling an old friend you haven't talked to in a while and asking them how they are doing, right? Because that's important as well. Being kind to people and talking with people, not just doing stuff.
Yep.
So encourage you to call your friends, someone this week you haven't talked to in a while. Make their day or week or month if it's been a long time since you've spoken to them. May the force be with you always.
Yep.
Live long and prosper, and may God bless you.
Well, like I always say, have a great day. Have a great weekend, or the rest of your weekend. Go to work, come back, be healthy, stay safe. And we would like to see you back next week, because next week is just going to be just as good as this week was.
What do you got to say?
If not more. So, we'll see. Because I know there's other sci-fi movies coming out that we just haven't really talked about and that we don't know about yet, but they'll be out between now and the end of this year, so we'll see what happens. I mean, this week's films don't really look all that great.
Yeah.
But who knows about next weekend?
Yeah.
Every weekend's different.
Yeah. Well, we got some big films still coming out until the end of the year.
I can't wait till the other big films.
I don't even know. People are already saying they think Black Adam's not going to be that great. Let's give it a shot, guys, because we love everything sci-fi.
Got that
you
right.
agree? Yeah, you agree. Okay. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Just keep each other safe as.
Yep.
Oops. And remember to use the force.
That's right.
And remember to do the magic hand dance. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yep.